Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still here after all these years, after all these tears I shed. I'm still here and I'm walking this earth like I should be. There was days that I didn't know if I would be. Yeah, yeah. Now I stand tall with my feet in the ground and my head in the clouds. 'Cause I'm still here like I should be. Yeah, yeah, like I knew that I could be. Here we go, here we go. I'm still here. I'm here.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is weird.
You're weird.
So, we are recording from different places today.
Places.
Well, just lately.
For those of you watching on video, you can see I'm in the same spot.
It
But
looks different. Oh, I'm missing.
somebody's missing.
Yeah. So, I've been traveling a bit lately, both with Little Pink Houses of Hope and to do my normal job. So, um, we are recording from afar today.
Mm-hmm.
How's life?
It's good. Yeah, we're wrapping up the school year, so kids drive me crazy right now, and I can't wait to give them their final exams and be done.
Yeah.
Start summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to summer.
Yeah. And it's been like 3 weeks since you've been with us on the podcast. Have you missed
Oh,
us?
yes.
Have you missed podcasting?
Mm-hmm.
So
I have.
much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like that's a true statement necessarily. You haven't missed it. Yeah. All right. Whatever. Let's go. Diving
Okay.
in. Today, we are talking about 7 coping strategies that help me thrive and that I believe can help other people thrive. So let's just get into it. I am
Okay.
thinking about these. I think I still use most all of them. So even 26 years later, but some I probably use more than others. When I was first diagnosed, it was just trying to figure out how to get through a day, an hour, like any small amount of time. And now I feel like that's bigger, you know. But the first one I would say was writing. So the first thing that I did when I was first diagnosed was anything that I could find that I thought was somewhat hopeful or inspirational, I would write it down. I would put it in my red notebook. Do you remember the red notebook?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was really expensive. It was one of they used to be 10 cents. Now they're probably $3. But anyway, anything that was inspirational, I would write it down. And I found that it was even more helpful to like not just write it down once, but to do it again and again and again to kind of really repeat that process.
That's where the actual benefit is from. I tend to write things down when I hear something or learn something that I'm like, oh, that's good. I'm going to write that down. That's
Yeah.
great. But unless you repeat it, whether that's looking at it or rewriting it, talking
Yeah.
to somebody about it or something, it just goes away from our brains, even though it
Yeah.
was impactful or important. I think that's the key of what you did there is the revisiting.
Yeah, it's not any different than, like, flashcards, really,
Mm-hmm.
like, in the
Yeah.
way that you used to study, right? You would write it
Mm-hmm.
down, and then you'd go through them again and again. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, just that extra benefit of writing it again and again just helped it really imprint on my brain and help me to kind of get there, right, in terms of
Mm-hmm.
being able to believe that kind of thing. So, yeah. that's like a really simple thing, and I don't remember that anybody told me to do that. It just was kind of intuitive that I just was gonna do that, and also, it was kind of like
Yeah, I
the
mean, I think you're an organized person. You like to be organized and writing things down in the way that you organize. And at the chaos of the beginning of this cancer, your go-to is, okay, at least I'm going to be organized about things. And I think that a little bit that's how it started.
Yeah,
I
I think
mean,
it was that. I think it was also just like, okay, how do I keep this inspiration all in one place? Like, how
mm,
do I, the little things that I can find, how do I keep it together and how do we, build from that, right?
mhm.
Um, so it was that, I think. Um,
Yeah.
but the writing, then also, the other thing that happened really early on was visualization or meditation. I've talked about this a little bit before, but like I had a woman who mailed me a cassette tape and said, listen to this. And it was really impactful for me to realize, okay, what goes in is really important, to be able to center myself on thoughts of healing and of, like, I don't want to say growth, but really healing versus all of this worry about cancer, right?
Mhm.
It made a huge, huge difference.
Yeah, and definitely in the I mean, because you were not a meditating person, you were not somebody who had practiced that before. It wasn't part of your MO, and
Mhm.
I like it because you tried it and you saw what it did for you. That's why you did it more. Not hey, well, I guess to some extent this person mailed it to you, but it wasn't that you read all about these people meditating and doing all of
No.
this and you're like, "Well, I got to try that." It was the opposite of that. You tried this new thing and went, "Oh, wow, this is impactful for me."
Well, and it took the fear away for a while, right? Like that constant fear that I was living in, it would take the fear away. It would give me
Mm,
something else. It would give my brain something else to think about. So it
mm,
wasn't this constant worry, you know.
mhm,
And it gave me an alternative of like, oh wait, what if that isn't what if I can heal? What if I can, you know, look at this
mm.
differently?
Wow. Going to bed listening to it almost every night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I would listen to it during the day, usually while you
Mhm,
were gone. I would do that as part of kind of my morning healing routine. And then, yeah,
mhm.
I'd go to sleep with it too. And I'd fall asleep to it, So I
Good
don't
old
remember.
Walkman.
Huh?
Good old Walkman.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
headphones. Yeah. I couldn't
Mhm.
do that now. There's no way I could sleep with those things on. So,
Oh, they make everything though,
no,
hands
I
and
love
everything.
it. I do have I mean, we have the headband. I keep that
I
with
have
me.
them.
Huh?
Yeah, you have mine.
I have
Yes, you have
yours.
mine. Yes.
But the sleep band with the headphones in it, oh my gosh, that
Mhm,
part is awesome. Way better
mhm.
than the other thing.
Yep.
Yeah, so just realizing that, like, wait, I can decide, or this meditation can help me kind of
Mhm,
train and think about other things and not just this constant fear cycle, right? This
mhm.
spiral.
Yeah.
One of
Is
the
it
other
just
things that
is it
what do you mean? Is it just affirmations?
yeah, I'm trying to,
Is that
yeah, the meditation or what you did specifically. I mean, was it positive affirmations? I mean, or and I know what yours was specifically, but why does it work?
that's a great
Why did it
question.
work?
I mean, I think
Besides,
for
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for the meditation that I did really would kind of talk about light entering and going through, like you'd kind of go through your whole body and just let this light come through and just kind of, you know, um, I don't want to say like soak in sort of and just be be a healing presence in your body, in that respect. It wasn't there are, of course, affirmations that are more of like saying the same thing over and over, but this was more of a focus, like starting at your head and going down and just releasing anything that's bad and allowing healing to come in. So,
Mhm,
it's almost just like giving your body permission in some ways to do other things and release that worry.
Hmm.
The writing was a part of it, the visualization was a part of it. The next thing I would say was prayer. And prayer was a really big part of it in the beginning. And part of that was also being able to share what I was worried about with other people, right? And having other people gather with me and pray for me. I feel like my relationship with all of that has become a little more complicated,
Hmm.
but I think what I like about that is the whole thought of there's something bigger than me out there. But I hate about it now is like I don't feel like it's like you get healed and you don't get healed and that kind of thing,
Hmm.
right? It's
Right.
more
Yeah.
that's
And I mean, if you live in America, there's no way I don't know of a way that you can't link just in general Christianity right now with politics.
I
It's
agree.
hard not to.
Yeah, and that's been the
And
biggest thing for me with my faith is like kind of going, okay, I would like to have a faith in God, but the way in which we're doing it, none of it speaks to me. It's
Mhm,
revolting, a lot of it, right? It just
mhm.
feels very hypocritical to me and a lot of things. So I try
Whereas where we were, it was the opposite of that.
yeah. It
And
was
it was
people
really
coming
comforting.
together
Yeah.
to care for
Yeah.
each other, to care for me, to care
Mhm.
yeah, it was all done
Truly caring people.
truly in care,
Mhm,
yes. There was
mhm,
no it wasn't based on any
mhm.
of the other things,
No.
it was just truly love and care. And that's where I think, prayer can look like a lot of things, but for me, like, I would pray, but also we would gather together with our community and pray. And I do believe that, like with anything, people that gather together, like, amazing things can get done, right? In
Yeah.
that. So, yeah. And I guess to expand on that, besides, like, prayer, which did include both us, but also other people, the next thing I would say would be, like, my people around me. Like, the people that I were really intentionally like, "This is your role in what we're doing here," right? Like,
Mhm,
you know,
mhm,
the people who came to my side and said, "What can I do?" The people who called and just walked with me in different ways. It was all different levels, but it was knowing that I had support from a lot of different people and I didn't have to give back. I could just kind of receive,
mhm.
you know?
Yeah, there
So,
was people definitely that became much more a big part of your life at that point that
mhm.
maybe were on the outskirts of kind of your inner circle that went boom right to your inner
Yeah,
circle in that time, and they to some extent put themselves there.
yeah,
Not in a bad way, I'm saying,
yeah,
but they were pretty like, "I'm going to do this for you," and
yeah,
that was a good thing, not a bad thing. They were the right people for the job, so it was a really good thing in both of our lives to have these people, and, we could name 20 of them, to be honest with you, with different roles, but
yeah,
all of them were just unbelievable. You just feel like you can never say thank you enough or never give back to make it equal in the things that these people did. And some of them, it was little things that made enormous impacts, much like Dr. Mariver, the words she used in the beginning,
mm,
much like I'm drawing a blank, but your friend that you went there the day after you were diagnosed
no, Marnie.
has never been part of the real insert, but she's a big part of the story because of the impact and the help that she gave in a
Yep.
time of need.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's also the people who surprise you, right? Like, we
Hmm.
were just talking about one of our friends' stepfather just passed away recently. I never expected him to have a huge impact on just making me feel seen and he cared. There are people that just surprise
Yeah.
you in the best of ways, right?
Hmm.
There's, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
But having that support and also like being I don't want to say being intentional, but being intentional about not having people who didn't the people who did not make me feel good, they were not a part of it. Like, I knew we cut that couldn't happen.
You were very intentional on both sides,
Yeah,
not just one side. It was you were very intentional with circling the wagons as far as I need you or
yeah,
yes, I accept your offer type of thing, and here's what
yes,
you can do. But also we're not doing that. We're not going to have that conversation. We're not. Yeah, I realize they're a really good person, but every time they're around me, I
they're
spike in
sucking me dry.
anxiety.
Exactly.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
I just can't do that right now. You
yeah,
realize that really early on, and it was impressive because you did that. You did all of that,
yeah,
both with the letters that went out there, really
yeah,
expressing that stuff.
yeah,
Everybody read and went, "Oh, okay, now I know." There was no secrets in how you felt or what your direction was or what your purpose was or and the whys. You put it all out there, which was, I think, awesome.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm still here, so I guess some of it worked,
Hmm.
right? And then another thing beyond that is my medical team, right? And the way we talked with our team, the way we were able to kind of, one, find the right team. It took a couple tries, but or one try really,
Hmm.
beyond, which meant you don't have to settle for the first person you meet. And sometimes the inconvenience is well worth it, right? Being farther away was really worth every bit. But also being able to be very honest and open about how I wanted to take on the cancer and how I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
All of those things, like, we were able to, from the start, kind of establish our ground rules and have people not only just come on board, but like encourage us beyond that to do
Hmm.
that.
Awesome as the University of Michigan was for us, and Dr. Mariver, and still continues to be, and other doctors at the University of Michigan,
Yes.
Dr. Ayash, and other
Yeah.
people who saved your life,
Yeah.
for lack of better. They didn't do everything. So even
No.
you sought out Block Medical Center because that was something that the University of Michigan was not fulfilling. That wasn't a negative against them, but you
No.
sought that out. And then later on with Mayo Clinic, and
Yeah.
they served a role in this. And it's just
Yeah.
been kind of an expanding thing, and to meet all of your needs and the way that you wanted them. And your medical team's pretty stinking big now after this many
Yeah.
years. Yeah,
Yeah, and they're all, I mean, still great, right? Like,
they are
they're
awesome.
just the best,
Mhm.
not just at what they do, but also in their ability to have relationships and know
Mhm.
who I am and care
Well,
about that.
the ones that weren't that went away because you had some of those too. The
Yeah,
way
for sure.
you
Yeah,
had some specialists along the way that just didn't work out because it wasn't a fit with you. They're
right.
unbelievable physicians, I'm sure, and do great things, but there's got to be more than that for you. That's what
Well,
you
and
see.
that's the thing that I mean, you've always been great about, like, talking with me about this. Like, I mean, I've had 2 cardiologists. The first one,
Mhm.
we didn't vibe. And the second
Mhm.
one, oh my gosh, love
Mhm.
her, right? Love that
Mhm.
I just feel like she gets me, you know?
Yep. Unbelievable cardiologists. We're not. It's
Absolutely.
not the
It's not like
job
we're
of
getting
doctoring.
right, right, it's the whole thing, and it's, like, understanding what I'm bringing and
Mhm.
caring about that also.
Yeah, the whole
So,
self.
yeah. And then I would say the other 2 things that have helped me continue to thrive are the physical things, which are both exercise and nutrition, right? And this is ongoing. It will always be ongoing. It will never be perfect. I'm never, like, I have to balance a real life with these things. They will always be a priority to me, but it's never gonna be, it's like I'm gonna do my best with what I have and also still enjoy
You
my life.
still keep buying ice cream.
I know because you like it.
Left.
Did you eat the rest of that one?
No, I opened up a new one.
Oh. Yeah, you can eat it a little bit at a
No, I
time.
can't. I don't have that willpower.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's funny because 'cause I'm at a friend's house tonight, and we had egg roll in a bowl for dinner, and we were counting how many vegetables were in it, and we were like, It was a lot. It was pretty awesome. So,
Yeah,
you know,
I think a pretty healthy meal in general, isn't it?
well, in a egg roll in a bowl, like, you are literally just
Oh,
eating the
right. Yeah.
filling of it, and you're not even eating
Hmm.
the wrapper, right?
Hmm.
So, yeah, pretty good. But just continuing always for that, both nutrition and exercise to be something that I focus on and want to continue to always, like, improve or change or tweak or whatever, but also just not giving up on myself, I guess, in that respect, you
No,
know?
I think it's a continuous reinvention throughout your life. And
Yeah,
things change, whether it be
for
injuries,
sure.
whether it be your age, getting older every year. If you
Yeah,
don't continuously reinvent when it comes to exercise and nutrition, and new findings come out nutritionally that
sure.
might adjust, or a doctor's appointment you had, if you're deficient in something, you need more
Yeah,
of something. It's a continuous adjustment that I think we all have to do throughout our lives. There's no way I can do the exercise I did 20 years ago right now. I can't
yeah,
do that workout. I want to, but I can't. And it's
yeah,
dumb for me now. When in 20 years from now, I'm probably going to say the same thing about right now. But we have to continuously evolve, and we slip and we build back up, and then we're going to slip and we're going to build back up, and that's part of life. I mean, that's
yeah,
part of every part of my life right there, and
yeah.
you just got to get back on.
Never quit, like, starting again, right?
Right?
Never
Yes,
just
that's what I'm saying. It's
yeah,
okay to fail. Yeah,
sure.
that's part of life, but you got to get back on it.
Yeah. I found too,
Hmm.
like, even just I mean, I told you this the other day too, just even your goals change. Of course, like,
Hmm.
my goal is to, to avoid injury, to be as fit as possible, everything. But, like, I was just traveling and my bag, my carry-on was really heavy, but, like, I don't wanna be the person
It was heavy.
struggling. Huh? It was
It
really heavy.
was heavy.
I agree. But also, like, I don't wanna be that person who has to ask for help. I
Hmm.
want to be able to get my carry-on on and off the plane, like, that's important to me. It's kind
Hmm.
of maybe it sounds dumb, but it's also, like, it's pretty motivating to me, so, like,
Good.
who knows what motivates different people with different things, But I'm like, "I'm gonna get on a plane again in 4 months, and I want that to feel better," you know?
Hmm.
I don't know, what are the things that inspire you or whatever,
Hmm.
finding those goals that matter to you, and
Yeah.
for me, it is more about it's not so much about, like, it's not a time or a specific weight, it's about how can something apply to make me feel like life is easier or that I can do the things I wanna do, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Versus
Very
versus
occupational therapist of you.
I know, weird. It's almost
Hmm.
like I am one. Hmm,
Hmm.
strange. So and then, just from nutrition, it's just kind of keeping the things that work and tweak,
Hmm.
and add and whatever as you go, right? So, get rid of the ice cream.
Stop buying that and bringing it into our house. I have zero willpower. And I hate it when it's not here, but man, when it's here, zero willpower. None. I dream about it during the day. I never used to be that way either. Like 10 years ago, I could just give it or take it. Want to
Yeah,
get ice cream? Everybody else would get ice cream. And I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
yeah,
Any dessert now, I'm like, okay, let's go. Give me two. It's I don't know what happened with my I mean, it's not my metabolism; it's my craving, and I don't
yeah.
know where that went on. But I don't like that it's happened,
Mm.
and I don't know if it's doubt. Are those things just habits, or are they truly like? Why is my body craving that? I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a good question, but
Yeah,
interesting.
because I didn't do it for a while,
Yeah,
like a couple of months, and it
yeah,
didn't go away. So,
no. Well, and I mean, again, for you, like, the portion thing might be a little out of control, like, you could get multiple portions out of that if you wanted to, but that's up to you.
but
So
I'm gonna eat one of them.
well, 1 pint. So,
It
that's a
comes
lot
in a
of
pint.
ice cream. It's
I know.
not a serving size.
If it came in a quarter pint.
Oh, jeez.
Hmm. Yeah. The challenges we have.
The challenges we have, but
But I'm
I
going to
think
fix it. I'm going to get better.
huh?
I'm going to get better. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to adjust.
I like it. Good attitude about that. So those are 7 things that I have done that have been a part of my life that will continue to be a part of my life. I actually was just thinking about visualization this morning, focused more on not so much on health, but more on kind of career where I want to go, but realizing that harnessing the power of that is so important. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like these are really amazing tools to use in really whatever you're doing. But when it comes to trying to achieve health, it's looking at the basics.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Okay.
it's good to see you.
Well, sure.
Spend some time
She
with
did
you.
stop by for a day,
I
just
was
so everybody knows.
I was there for 3 nights technically. 2 of them were a little short, but one was a whole
Mm-hmm.
night.
Mm-hmm.
And after this week, you're gonna get sick of me because I'm gonna be home and not leaving. So,
Mm.
you ready for that? So,
Yes.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, before we go, I just wanna say, like, hey, if you have some ideas of things you'd like us to talk about, please let us know. Also, I'm thinking about kind of how to do this summer. I think either I was thinking about either doing every other week or doing a break. I don't know which one people would prefer, but we need to take a little time off. I think I need to take a little time off at least. I know a lot of people do take summers off from podcasting, but I know that cancer doesn't take the summer off. So I'm trying to figure out what the balance is between that. And we would love your input on that. So let us know what you think. Would an episode every other week be something that would be good, or would taking a whole month off not be a problem?
I would guess we'll end up doing the every other week. Um, but yeah, if people like what we're doing and want to hear from us, even if it's just a couple of you, let us know and we'll keep cruising.
Yeah, we always manage.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. All right. Well, I think that's it for this week. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Thanks so much for watching and being a part of our community. It means the world to us. Our goal is always to help as many people as possible live well with cancer. You can help us by subscribing to our channel and sharing episodes when you hear of others that could benefit from it. We really appreciate your time spent with us and your commitment to offering hope and inspiration to others.